We are going to host yet another live AMA session with one of our students today who says that mentors are no longer mentors for him, but they've become friends. His dynamic with his mentor has been a great bonus for him to kickstart his tech career. So let's invite Romil Jain from Synaptic to join us and tell us his journey of kickstarting his tech career. Hey Romil, how are you doing?
Fine, and you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, Romil, we've started our live conversation with our audience, and I would request our audience to ask you questions. But I want to start with knowing how did you end up in coding? How did you end up in a career in tech?
So the journey started from I tell you from the starting what happened my tech career. Basically, I am from the EC branch. So previously, I don't know about the coding and all these things. Then later on, my friends are getting placed in a good companies, and I was thinking I was worried about the future. And then my college was also not good at that time, so I found a Newton school. Then there I started my career, and I found interest in my coding now. So
Okay, so you found your coding at Newton School.
yeah, and at Newton school.
Okay,
Before that,
awesome.
I was just doing coding for companies, but now I doing coding for me. Like I love to do coding.
Awesome, awesome. So, Ramil, tell us that now that you're telling us that your love for for coding started at Newton School. So, I want to know how your experience with the classes at Newton School was.
So in my time, there was a like every day there is a mentor session. So like after the 9 to 11, there is an instruction session, and then after that there is a 11 to 12, there is a mentor session was there. So every day we connected to the mentors. So what happened? Like the course structure in my time, 9 to 11 we study about the normal courses that we are working on, like support DSA and then React Node.js we have studied. After that, we got a personal mentor. Like in a each mentor there is a 8 person in a each group. So we connected to the mentor, and whatever the doubt we have faced in the instruction session, then we can clear with the mentors. So, and mentor also, with the mentor, it's not compulsory that we have to talk with the technical things only. We can talk about the non-tech things also, like a company environment, what is the company, what things we have to do, and all other things. So they help in each thing, not in our coding and technical things only.
Right. So that brings me to my next question. Now that you're placed, and you're saying that your mentor could help you with other things as well, like what is the culture at the company. So do
Right.
you think whatever knowledge you gained from your mentor when it comes to working in a startup or in a company, does that help you now?
Of course, like this, in a Newton school, I did a multitasking thing. Suppose in a one day I gave 3 to 4 interviews, like a real interview I gave in a single day only. So my mentor said that you will face this thing later on. Like when you will work in a company, then you have to do a multitasking thing. So be prepared for now. Like you have to face these things later on. So that thing has helped me a lot. Like
Right.
recently, I am doing a multitasking thing. Like I am working on 2 to 3 projects right now.
Awesome, that is great. So, Ramil, tell me how important were your projects when you were getting placed? What was the role of the projects played?
Okay. Like project is a like a basic need to clear an interview, I would say. At my time, I I didn't make a good project, so that's why I struggled a lot at that time in interviews time. Like because when you start your interview, the second question is what you made, like what was your projects. This question is like compulsory. Like after tell me about yourself, there is a compulsory question is that what was your what you made projects in your college life or in Newton school. So like if you have a good project, then you will be like easily you will get a job. So
Got
like
it.
And like the project should be based on like which stream you like, which field you want to go, like whether a front end, a back end, or a full stack developer. So like if you want to go on a front end, like if you want to become a front end engineer, then like you have to show them like you have did a lot of things in a front end projects, like everything like you have to make in a front end only. So they don't care about the back end thing, like if you are going for the front end company. So that thing I would also highlight.
Right. Cool. So, moving on to my question, where you've constantly spoken to me about how important your role, your mentor played. So, tell me more about your dynamic with your mentors.
Can you elaborate this question more?
So, how was your relationship with your mentor when you were at Newton School?
In my journey, like all the mentors I found like a friend. Like everyone is a stand for you. Like I I remember one thing like okay. So at a Monday, like I have to give my suppose like in a weekend time I was studying something, and I had a doubt at that time, and just I messaged my mentor like I have this doubt, can you please solve this doubt. So he said like today is a weekend and I am not in my home. So but I called to the second mentor like can you sir, can you please clear my doubt, tomorrow is my interview, and that day was a Sunday. So that day, like both of us, after that 1 hour, both mentors called me and said like, "What was your doubt? Now tell me." And they like we had a meeting with 2 hours on a weekend. So on a weekend they also give you a time. Like no one give you time on the weekend, I would say. So they gave me time for like in a weekend also. So
Awesome.
that
And tell us more about how your mentors helped you through your mock interviews.
uh, okay. So like I gave the mock interviews to the Amazon employer and all these things, like big employer. I've gave the interviews, and I gave the more than 22 plus mocks I gave in my Newton school, and like they helped me a lot. Like they cleared my all the doubts. Like at one interview, at one mock, I also like they suggested me to like never tested knowledge for the interviewer. Like what happened at that time, like I was giving my interview and they was tackling me in that mock. And that time I just asked to the my mock instructor like, sir, do you know the Java, like it's a programming language. So after that feedback, they said to me like never tested the knowledge for the interviewer. So that thing I like, many things I just realized that time, like in a mock time. So mock was very much helpful for me.
Okay, cool. So, moving on from your mock interviews, when you actually started giving your placement interviews, did you feel that you had an added confidence because you had done all the steps of, your projects and your assignments regularly, and then finally your mock interviews? So, did you have an added bonus?
Of course, I have these are the very much helpful. Like there is a also they do a survey like from the students, like they are giving the advantages of mocks, and also I always give that time. Like of course it's a advantage to give the mock and the project done. It will be beneficial for your interview.
Right. And, can you tell us a little more about how your placement process started and how was the entire process like?
Okay. Uh, So, like honestly, I will tell you, I sat in a 8 to 9 companies, like a Whitehead Junior, Mosaic. These are the companies I referred, and in these companies, like I have given the 3 to 4 rounds of the interview, and from the each, suppose I also gave the interview for the topper company. So suppose tomorrow is my topper company. So before that company interview, they give the mock. Like they say like you get the mock first, like it will be totally same that a topper company guy will ask to you. So that is very helpful. Like that, if you are facing the real interview, before that you will face the mock interview. So like if all the doubts and all the like wrong thing you would do in a interview, so that you will be realized, and they will also give a feedback. So you have to work on that feedback before that interview. So these are the means very much helpful things. Like I also remember that there is a I referred in a company Whitehead Junior. So in that company also they took our mocks twice times. So like before the real interview, because the Whitehead Junior is a very big company, so they gave the chances to give your two times mock. So the first time mock, so I got a yes in from the both the mock, but they wants to like you polish their students.
Right.
So
And when you finally got placed, and when you finally received the news that, oh, okay, I'm finally placed, after giving 22 mock interviews, what was that feeling like?
uh, I was talking at that time. I was talking to a Shivangi ma'am who referred the students. So I was on the call at that time, and he was asking Romil, how was your interview and like what things they asked you. So I was just telling ma'am it was very nice. Like from the all of the interview, it was very good and fine. So at that time, they received the just message from the company. Romil got shortlisted, and we will release offer letter tomorrow. So they just tell me like, Romil, you got shortlisted in that company. So I just asked twice, ma'am, you are saying right? Oh, yes, I will send you a screenshot. So then
And how did you party after that?
I will give party after this.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that I get back to you for the party then. But Robin, you have had a different sort of a journey from a different background, and then suddenly deciding to uh, you know get into coding with Newton School. So your journey was quite different, and I want to know what is it that you would tell someone who's had a different journey as well. So give one piece of advice to someone who really wants to make a tech career.
Okay. So the I will give the one like important points. Like if you want to crack your interview like easily, like in a one or two interview, you want a good job without like doing much hard work and like this thing. So like I will prefer like make your project really good. Like it's really good. Like when you will present like these days, like you will give your interview on the laptop as well. So they always say show your screen and like just explain your project part. And if they will find any interesting in a project, then they will continue they will continue an interview like 1 hour 2 hour. But if suppose they will not find any interesting in a project, like in a half hour they will end your interview. So like project is very mandatory part. The second thing is that DSA, improve your DSA. Like not go for the tree and graph part, but just till the stack and queue, you have to clear knowledge. You have to be clear knowledge in the DSA part. And now the third thing is that there is a like obviously you will study for the full stack developer. So there is a front end and a back end. So if you want to go for a for a front end engineer, if you want to become a front end engineer, so then you have to clear your front end part. If you want to back end, then clear your back end part. If you want to be full stack developer, then clear both the parts, because interview can go deeper and deeper. Like there is no limit. So polish your one part, like whether a front end or back end. So this thing I will give you suggestion. So like
Right.
because like even in a front end engineer, like even if you are going for a full stack developer, still they will ask you what is your like which your interesting part, like front end or a back end. So at that time also they will ask you. So please like focus on one part, like front end or back end. So this thing I will give you.
Right. You spoke about DSA, and I now want to know how scared were you about DSA when you started versus how it ended up being. Like, are you confident with DSA now?
Of course.
And how was it when you started?
uh, like I started with very basic, like means very much basic. I started with like means Newton school, like increase my, like they increase the, like how we can apply algorithms and all these things. There was, like, I think so, in my portal I have given like around 20 like 200 plus assignments of the DSA only. So 200 questions or 250 questions I have solved in a DSA only. So
Okay.
every Saturday and Sunday, like every weekends also, you give a contest, and every day you receive a 3 to 4 questions. So means around in a 6 month journey, you will solve 2 to 250 questions. So that polish your DSA totally.
Got it. So now, when you were working, can you tell me how much of your learning, how much of your knowledge from Newton School do you apply every day?
Means like I'm a front end engineer in my company, like a UI developer. So in a Newton school, like I made 4 to 5 projects or more than that in a front end technology also. And each project which I made, these were the totally different to the another one. So like I got a very much knowledge, and that thing only I am applied there. That is means that thing only I am applying there. Like suppose I didn't make any projects and all these things, then I have to face a lot. Like each day I have to googling things and all these things. Like every day I have to face a lot.
Right. Awesome. So thank you so much, Romil, to join us today and spend your Saturday evening with us. We're really glad that you gave your insights to our kids, and I'm glad to know your story today. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.